Alright, so let's go ahead and kick off this video right here. This haircut tutorial. I have a number 5 guard on my wall cordless seniors, and I am going against the grain on my canvas. He wanted a number 2 with the grain, but knowing his hair texture, I asked him if he was open to going against the grain with a higher guard, and we came to an agreement. I did a number 5, and I think this was the perfect length. Now, if you go against the grain with a higher guard, then there's a possible chance that you can still go with the grain with a 2 or maybe a 3. But the way that his hair was laying down after I cut it against the grain, I was cool with the length. He was cool with the length. So we went ahead and just left it like that, and then we started the low ball fade. Now, after I cut against the grain, I want to give my client a light brush session. Before I start cutting, I'm going to apply some hair tonic to clean out the hair and the scalp. Not saying that he has dirty hair, but this is also going to bring out the waves and lay everything down. It's going to clean my canvas. And I'm going to apply a little bit of heat with the brush. And as you can tell, those waves are popping. It's cleaning out the hair, getting rid of any kind of like debris or any kind of like pomade that he had in his hair prior to the haircut. This is going to be a low ball fade or a drop fade. We are going to give ourselves room to blend, so it's not going to be too compressed. It's going to be a stretch blend. And you're going to see some nice gradiency. As you can tell, man, he has some nice waves up top. The texture is nice. So we're going to go ahead and start using my Babyliss FX skeleton trimmers. And these things hit like Mike Tyson in the first round. 10 seconds into the fight, you know it's going to be a knockout. So look, they hit. Serious. I can use these on kids and adults though. They are adjusted, not zero gap. So basically what you do to this side, you're gonna do to the other. Now I have the lever all the way open. Again, I'm gonna keep the same shape that I had with the first guideline. What I'm gonna do differently is I'm not gonna remove this bottom line. I'm going to jump to my 1. From my 1, I'm going to jump to my 2, and from my 2, I'm going to jump to my 3 open. That's going to be the highest guard that I'm going to use for this cut, and it's going to blend right into that 5 against the grain. The reason why I went ahead and did this is because I wanted to show y'all, number 1, the guidelines, right? It's just to see what I'm going to remove. And also, I'm going to show you down a fading technique that allows me to keep my blend low, and you see the nice gradiency and contrast with the blend whenever I fade down. I'm basically blending the number 2 right now into the number 3 that I'm going to apply after. And right here I wanted to keep that edge, that vertical bar a little bit darker. So I have the 2 open, and that's going to be the highest guard I'm going to use right there, or lowest guard rather. It'll be a 2.5, and that's going to be dark enough to line that up and make that C cup pop. Because I don't want that part of the edge up light. That's going to give that illusion of a drop fade or a low fade, even though it's a stretched blend. So this is the number 3, guys. That blends right into that number 5 lever all the way open, and then I closed it. So now it's a little bit difficult sometimes to blend out waves because it looks like a weight line or like a ridge. But if you know how to cut against and with the grain, and also attack that blend like any other haircut, like I don't do anything different just because he has waves. I work the same system as if it's straight hair, curly hair, it doesn't matter. I worked the same system. After I did the number 2, working down from the number 3, we jumped to a 1.5 guard. Lever all the way open, and I'm going up to whatever the 2 left behind. Now, that 1.5 is going to get stacked into the number 2, just like the number 2 got stacked into the number 3. Basically, we're bleeding those 2 numbers together. We're blending it in. Whoa, that was a tongue twister. We're blending it in and we're also stacking those guards, meaning that number, what I'm using right now, is blending into whatever I did before, if that makes any sense. And that's basically like whenever you do a fading down technique. Now you're really not going to see no guidelines because you're blending down. You're not going to go back up to that fade. You're not going to take another guard in a certain area that you've already touched. Now you're just working down, and you got to work those lines out. Right here, I'm just basically doing some detail work, making sure that that wave is being blended and that 1.5 feeds into that number 2. Now, after doing the 1.5 open all the way to the close position, I take my 1 guard open again, and whatever that 1.5 left behind is gonna blend that, together. And also, whenever I close it all the way, it's gonna soften up that bottom line, the second bottom line, for the half guard, because I'm gonna come back and use my half guard and remove that line. But guys, look, I'm not going any higher than whatever that 1.5 left behind. I'm not taking it to the 2. I'm not taking it to the 3 because that's already blended. We've already worked that section. But it's keeping the blend low. It's giving it gradiency, as you can tell that blend coming together from a dark, medium to light. That's what you want. Even though that this is a stretch blend, to me, in my opinion, it is a drop fade. It's a low fade because my first guideline's at the bottom. But even though I give myself about 1/2 inch to 1 inch per guideline, it's just a stretch low fade. I really don't like them too compressed. Some clients like them compressed, but this client, he didn't want it that low. Just because his waves aren't as connected as they are on top, he likes to fade that out. So guys, this is the half guard. Whatever that 1 close left behind, that's what I'm blending out now. I'm knocking out that panel. So now you only see that bottom guideline that I put in with the trimmer. That's going to be removed with the lever open and closed position. And you're going to see that panel get knocked out as well. I have the 245 power clip on my cordless senior, so when I lay it down, and also on my trimmer, when I lay it down on the power mat, the 245 power mat, it charges wirelessly, and I never, ever, since I've got that mat, my battery, my clipper, my trimmer has never ran out. I'm not even lying to y'all. Alright, look, you're gonna see that bottom line disappear just with opening and closing that lever with no guard. My clipper is a little bit, adjusted pretty closely so it can knock out that panel, whatever the trimmer left behind. But if there's like a faint line or a shadow or a dark spot, you can use your trimmer and use the corner to blend out whatever was left behind after you close the lever. But being that my clipper is pretty close, I don't need the trimmer for this. And sometimes hair, certain clients, their hair is going to be more difficult to blend out than others. Even though he has a texture that he has, it's almost as if the hair is soft whenever blending, if that makes sense. Like, it just has that perfect gradiency and perfect contrast. I just feel like this fade is just coming together, guys. My gosh, that thing is blurry. Whew. This is just the beginning. Once I put that line up, oh my gosh. Look, you can see that shadow, that the way it contours the shape of his head, how it goes towards the back. That's what I like. That's what my client wanted. Man, look. There's gonna be a little bit of comments in the comment section, man. Y'all gonna have y'all's opinion. That's fine. The client wants what the client wants, and I go with that. Alright, so what you do to one side, you're gonna go ahead and do to the other. So with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all vibe out to this beat. If y'all are interested in any of my beats on my channel, shout out to my plug, man. Shout out to my beat, man. If it wasn't for you, these videos, this content would not be as fire as it is without that nasty beat in the background, man. It's Apollo, bro. I appreciate you, man, for always sending me dope beats and always keeping me updated, whatever beats you got, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for helping out this channel. Again, guys, if y'all are interested in any of the beats on my channel, hit the link in the description below. Hit my boy up, but I'm gonna let y'all vibe out to the beat. Basically, what you do to one side, you do to the other. Pay attention. It's Apollo. It's Apollo. to show you right here is I'm going to go ahead and lift up the front veins of the hairline, and you're going to notice that it's pretty much all veins. I'm not pushing this hairline back. I'm lining it up wherever the hair follicles start, wherever his actual hairline starts. Make sure I combed everything down. You want to make sure there's no excess long hair sticking out. Always have a brush or a fine-tooth comb. That way you can comb the hair down and comb it out. If it, you know, sometimes with waves, it curls in the front, so you can use like a lower guard or freehand the front hairline to remove any kind of long hairs as well. Ooh, look at that blend. Look, hey, when you start lining up a client, that's when everything just, man, everything just comes together. The canvas that you have, the blend that you put together. You started with a canvas and we ended with some art. Shout out to Breezy. Started with a canvas and turned it into some art. Yo, and this is art. This is me painting a blend on my client's head. Like, come on. Then we're gonna go ahead and use this pencil. Now, I was supposed to use a white colored pencil on his skin tone, but being that I only had this one, it still added a little bit of contrast that I wanted, but with the white pencil, it would add a little bit more. But hey, I worked with what I had. Get Beam, I hope you're proud of me, man. This lineup, it could have been the ruler. You got me motivated, bro. I had to, man. Shout out to Get Beam for always motivating and inspiring me for YouTube, man, and for my content, and also like for the lineups. I'm trying to get as crispy as you, bro. This cut is coming together. And look how his hair is laying down. Like, that's a number 5. It doesn't even look like a 5 on top. After I use the razor, I'm going to apply some Tune 45 no drip with the official Tune 45 cordless Get Beamed air compressor. It's the first generation, not the XL version. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and apply some color, just making sure I'm going across and against the grain with that razor. And whenever I apply the color, you're going to see me use a Sean Cuts Hair official Tune 45 color enhancement card. If you have not got one, make sure you hit up Sean Cuts Hair on Instagram and get you a color enhancement card. It's going to be the best thing that you can use for your lineups, for your beard lines, for your mustache areas, your neck lines, anywhere to get the C cup area. It's a dope template, great concept, and hit up Sean Cuts Hair. Link in the description. Applying that color, man, bringing that cut to life, bring that lineup to life. It was already a 10. Now I'm making it. Houston, we have a problem. I'm taking it to 100 with this color enhancement, man. It's already pre-mixed, ready to go. Put it in the compressor and spray. Respect the shooter. Respect the shooter. Get Beam. I'm hype about this cut, man. As y'all can tell, I'm glad how it came out. I hope you learned some techniques and tricks that you can use on your clients at the barbershop. I'm always wanting to give y'all the best content that I can give y'all. Year 2020, man, we're hitting 100K. We're hitting 100K. Let's like, share, comment, all that good stuff. We're gonna go ahead and freehand the top because, man, look, I always watch a lot of Jeezy videos and Get Beam videos. They always say if you do a wave cut, just come on, man. Just that little more time, that little more detail. Freehand the top. But I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. This is pretty much the finished product. If y'all stuck it out and watched this full haircut tutorial with me, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support. Let's get this channel to 100K. And as always, Team Gifted, stay gifted.